is the Healing Service Day. And our topic for discussion is, allow God to heal you. Allow God to heal you. And for our first reading, we'll all stand up. And we'll sing the song, Heal Us, Emmanuel, Hear Our Prayer. Let's repeat the verse. God bless you. Let's be seated. When we come to healing service like this, we have an awareness that there is a power which heals. Especially when we sing this song, we are making supplication unto the eternal God who is the only healer on earth. Everywhere healing expresses, it is God who is expressing healing. In the temples, in the hospitals, in the shrines, in our backyards, in the application of herbs and medicines of all kinds and colors, there is only one healer who is operating in and through all these. And that is God. Therefore, if a person comes and then kneels before this mighty presence and says, heal me, the person is right. But at a point, it is said that deep wounded soul to thee repair. And in that is admission that we are deep wounded souls. There is a natural healing process that is in place. God does not wait for things to happen before he reacts. When he created man, he put in an inborn healing process. And this process expresses in through the knowledge which he has given unto his doctors and all practitioners who give health unto man. Then these body temples of ours too, they have time when God repairs them. Between the hours of 9:30 p.m. and 3:30 a.m., the repairer of our bodies is at work. There is a system in place, no matter what time zone in the world where you are operating within those hours, that natural healing process takes place. And this is a fact, undeniable fact. But we keep praying, we keep coming to God, we keep asking for help. So our topic today is allow God to heal you. You are a deep wounded soul and you need repair. You see, there are so many forms of diseases. The most common one is the physical form of disease. When you have a boil, you know you have a boil. When your cheek swells and becomes very big and your face becomes distorted, you know there's something wrong with your system. When you cannot urinate, it means there's blockage in your system and it's evident for you to see. And therefore, it's easier for you to act on it. And in that case, you avail yourself to a facility, and then they take care of you. But there are other forms of diseases, which I'm going to talk about today, which is afflicting about 90% of the people of the world, which most of us take for granted. Allow God to heal you. Allow God to heal you. Today we are talking about healing of the mental, emotional, and physical bodies of our being. Man is a composite of thoughts and therefore has a mental body. Man is composed of feelings and therefore has an emotional body. A man has these body organs for better functioning on earth and therefore has a physical body. I've said that when the physical body is ill, it's very easy to know. But 90% of us are ill in our mind. You see, when you do this, I become excited. And when I become excited, God bless you. You see that I said 90%. So you might be among the 10% who are not sick. So what I'm going to say, take it to heart. Majority are sick in the mind. They are terribly sick. Perhaps you are in the 10%. But if you are in the 90%, listen to me very well. Yes. This is what we call psychosomatic disease. In simple terms, disease of the mind. And then it manifests its symptoms physically. Thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor. So there are a lot of people who are moving on the face of the earth. They are having constant headache. Chronic headache. Even some say, my migraine is a mental ailment which they have, but they are partially mad. And it's manifesting as headache. Sometimes it manifests as stress. Sometimes it even manifests as fatigue. It happens in so many forms. And those levels of sickness or illness are very dangerous for the human race. We all need to heal ourselves. And we have to place ourselves in a position for God to heal us. So I say unto you, allow yourself for God to heal you. Because when you allow these mental disturbances to persist in your life, when you allow little things to hurt you and become pained, entrenched in your bodies, your minds, and your feelings, they grow and manifest as blood pressure for you. Most people are managing their blood pressure and they are taking medication and it's really helping. But the greater management is to go within and decide that I will never cause myself to be irritated anymore. Then you attack the root cause of the problem. And when the root cause is erased, you become free. In men as a whole, when we are stressed up, we don't think right. I said 90%. So clap for me still. And it even affects so many abilities of ours. Yes. We are unable to produce children. Yeah, because we are stressed to the point that we become impotent. Sometimes you are with a man and he's not doing his manly duties, and you are sitting down worried. Check yourself. What are you doing? What are you causing him to be thinking about every day of his life? You see him sitting quiet as if he's tough and solid, but he's breaking inside. Men break easily. Men are not tough. Women are tougher than men. And men break down easily. So watch what you do to them. Yeah, it's true. Thank you. When you see someone who is overly jealous, the person is having a mental disease. There's a problem with the individual. And for us to have total healing, we can do all sorts of things which will give us healing. But the healing is not complete. It's only complete when we heal our minds. Only complete when we heal our minds. I want to give you a few evidences of mental illness. First, anger. God never created anyone to be angry on earth. But naturally, when you come to this earth, certain factors will make you angry. Let's see what Colossians 3:8 says. Now let's read together. Amen. It talks of anger. The scripture is advising you to put away anger. You will naturally be angry, because there are things which happen which irritate you. But when we say put off, it means that don't allow it to stay with you for a long time. Anger is not your nature. God created you perfect and whole. And when he looked upon you, he said, it's good indeed. It means you were a perfect creation of the Maker. Filled with love, filled with joy, filled with happiness, filled with understanding, filled with fellow feeling for one another. And therefore, when anger comes to you, it has only visited you. And welcome a visitor who is worth his salt is entertained for a long time. A visitor who is not worth of his salt is asked to go away in a very short time. Anger is an unworthy visitor. Please do not entertain it. Because the scripture says so much about anger. Let's have our next reading. It said, be angry. Because even God knows that you will get angry sometimes. When the Okada rider just zooms in front of you, you see, you are going and the man zooms so dangerously that you could have hit him. Naturally, something will rise in you. But it said, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Because if you allow anger to stay with you, then you are allowing the sun to go down on your wrath. Some are angry with their brothers and sisters, their relatives, their fathers, their mothers for so many years. You are sinning before the light. Let not the night go down upon your anger. So each time you must look at things which make you angry and devise means of containing them or even eliminating them from your life. And then you become off the time free. So let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. Evil speaking. Evil speaking. Some people, the words that come out of their mouths are ungodly. At times even you feel shy to speak it among certain level of people. And yet still, when you go to some level, you talk without thinking. You are sick. You are sick there, you understand? But you are not conscious that you are sick. That's why I'm here today, to heal you. Because mental illness is so funny. The illness itself is funny. It's afflicting you. And yet still you are not seeing it. And you are acting in a manner which you think is consistent with your nature. And it's a lie unto you. Because that is not consistent with your nature. That which is consistent with your nature is peacefulness. It's love. It's understanding. It's caring. Those are traits which are natural and of us, which you have to exhibit. And therefore, please be wary of anger. There are some who even own anger. They own it. They say that, hey, as for my anger, if you let it come, please go to the source and uproot it. I'll show you how to uproot it in due course. Now let us look at worry. And we look at Matthew 6:27. Matthew 6:27. Let's read it together. Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? God bless you. The readings are very short, very appropriate, very touching, and very hitting. Sometimes they will hit you and you feel it. But people need hard and raw medicine when their disease has progressed to some level. You see, by thinking and worrying, most of us fall sick because we worry too much. By studies, about 80% of the things we worry about never happen in our life. There are people in very perfect relationship. God has blessed them abundantly. Instead of enjoying the relationship and even making it better, they keep worrying, what about if this relationship ends? You are a prophet of doom. And you are prophet doom for yourself. And it shall visit you in broad daylight. The time when honey is pouring into your mouth, drink it. And after that, lick your tongue. And let the world know that you have drunk honey. Why do you expect negativity? Why do you worry about that which has not come? It might never happen. Never. This is the truth of God's children. The energy of God is so protective, is so blessing, is so merciful, and is with us at all times. And therefore, expect the good of God to happen to you every day of your life. Amen. When goodness is happening to you, embrace it. Because the moment you start thinking of what is not there, which is negative, which can afflict you, then you are sick mentally. And when you are sick mentally, it will reflect in your physical bodies. It can manifest. It can manifest in so many forms. And then you have to heal the physical symptoms. And as you keep healing, if the root cause of worry is not removed, it worries you. Now, the next thing we talk about is fear. Today you've come to healing service and you know that there's an energy which heals. But there's so much fear in you. Fear. Look at a human being, how God has created him. All the energies, virtues, and powers which God has given unto a human being. And then when a human being sees cockroach, he's afraid. If a woman sees snake and she's afraid, I'm comfortable. But when she sees cockroach and she's running all over the place, God have mercy on her. You just stamp one leg, that's all. Cockroach is no more. Or just shift from its angle and you are free. But here we are, we fear everything. We fear that which has not come. And most people are getting sick because of that. The hospitals are awash with people who have really afflicted themselves and have walked in there for saving grace of God. Doctors are tired. You have a God who is omnipotent, a God whom no power can override, and therefore live in omnipotence at all times. No matter the colors and nature it appears, I have a God who even designed part of that which is coming, and therefore I shall overcome. That should be your stand and presence, and then you are free. So fear is one element which we must all move away from. I talk of envy. Envy too is a disease. You see, these things you are familiar with them, but you don't know their diseases you are harboring. Why do you envy one another? The scripture says, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy mind, and with all thy soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. So the commandment you have is to love your neighbor. Why do you envy your neighbor? When you analyze, it's sickness. It's mental sickness. Yes. Why? Sometimes you envy somebody because the person is better than you. Let's bring it to simple terms. At times you envy someone because the person dresses too much. Or you envy someone because he eats chicken too much. Basic. Yes, these are very simple things. If the person dresses too much, the person is teaching you how to dress. Let's clap for that. You don't need to travel to the best stores or boutiques in Accra before you know how to dress. At least you have a clear example of how to dress, how to match colors, how to put on certain designs. You see, and that is perfect. So, you see, instead of envying the person, emulate the person. And even try to beat the person by working hard. By so doing, life is being enhanced. God's children are dressing better, and God's children are looking good. So you have become an agent of it. Now, sometimes you envy somebody because he's richer than you. You should applaud the person for being rich. Because he has a factory, and he has employed 300 people, and these 300 people are feeding 6. Each of them is feeding 6. And so 1,800 people plus the 300, which is 2,100, are getting food every blessed day. You sit in your small corner and wear the cloak of envy. And you buy only your Kenke 2 cedis, fish, and eat. You don't feed anyone. And you want everyone to be like you. No, we will not be like you. God has given us mandate to be each other's keeper. And we are those who roll the wheel of life so that life will be. And therefore some of us must rise up and do that which is great and beyond expectation. And when we do that, then the whole of life is moving forward. We'll draw those who are down along with us, and life will be pleasant. Rise up. Rise up and kill the spirit of envy in you once and no more, and then be free forever. The last thing I'll tackle, in fact, the diseases are many, but as I give you cue to it, you will identify the brothers and sisters, even the cousins and nephews, and then finish them in your life, and you'll be free forever. The last one is gossip. Gossip is a dangerous disease. You see, some of us, if we will stop gossiping, we don't need to attend healing service again. Do you know why gossip is dangerous? anyone who gossips can write a novel, can write a book. They never gossip exactly about what they see. If they see one, they talk 10. They say it's 10. And they are able to describe things which don't exist as if they exist. In fact, gossipers are dangerous. And then also, they ruin their own life. It's a dangerous disease, a mental disease. And it arises, it has all the elements I've talked about, envy, hatred, and all those things backing it. Before a person becomes a gossiper, why is the person going to talk ill about another human being God has created? Because the person feels something about that person. And when you go, you crowd it. God doesn't like it. It's not good. The time you use in gossiping, some people are about 60 years now. They've gossiped for 35 years. These are my calculations. Do your own. Do your own. I mean, they've wasted so much time in their life just talking about others. Use that to better your own life. Somebody is standing in a particular state and point, but the person is still standing, and you are gossiping about the person. If you were to be in that state, you lie down flat. You cannot even stand for us to gossip about you. I have a friend whom I saw long ago, over 20-something years. Then I met him. And suddenly I felt, this guy, he has gone down a lot. So I said, oh, is everything okay? And he said, no, Ofori, everything is not okay. I'm down like blade. Initially, I didn't get the imagery. Then I realized, I said, why are you saying you are down? He said, don't you know how it is? When blade is down and you are picking it, it's difficult. If you don't take care, it will cut you. Because it's flat on the ground. So I told him, a full godly spirit, that don't worry. God is still in control. You will rise again. Then when I was going, I was thinking about it. That this guy is down. Blade, flat. So stop gossiping. You see, it should be told to you as it is. Leave people alone. Let them live their lives. Leave them alone. Let them live their lives. Anytime you enter into somebody's life, you must enter with the aim of helping the person or correcting the person. So that is another sickness which I want you to be conscious of. Now, the reverse side of it. If you allow people to gossip to you, it's more dangerous than you gossiping. God bless you. Let's have an analogy. When you have rubbish in your home, and you have put it in a rubbish bin, it smells. But if you carry it to a refuse dump and dump it there, and Sewatu comes to dump hers, and Kwajo dumps hers, that place stinks. So you, the center of gossip, where people bring their gossip, you are more dangerous than those who gossip. This is healing. This is real healing. This is healing. Gossip alone has caused people to be sacked from companies. Then they come and sit here, and the day that bridesmaid should rest on Wednesday, they come with winding long stories. Just simply tell him, I gossip and I was sacked. Yeah. So that he can heal you quicker and faster. Now, long story, and my boss doesn't like me, and I said this, and this one misinterpreted. You gossiped. Simple. So don't make yourself a center of gossip. Now, How do we heal these mental and emotional diseases? You know, stress, it comes from so many angles. And people, it follows through, then a person becomes depressed. Sometimes when a person is depressed, the person is very quiet, calm, but something is happening within. The person is sitting in his bedroom and he's seeing aeroplanes flying in the bedroom. If a helicopter can't fly in your bedroom, but he's seeing jetliners going all around. That person is mentally sick. Please, you need to talk to someone. That's mental healing. If you see yourself in this position, talk to a therapist. Talk to somebody you can trust. Don't just talk to anyone, because he will go and tell people that you have been seeing aeroplanes in your bedroom. Talk to your pastor whom you know will preserve it and give you good advice. If your business has collapsed, talk to someone. Talk to someone who can resuscitate businesses. If you are not healthy and you have a peculiar health situation, talk to a doctor, because they've taken oath and they will preserve you. But you go and tell somebody that there's something between my thighs. A person tells everyone. God bless you. I'm here in the pulpit, so I speak in parables. I'm talking of someone whose sin has blown up big, and then you are telling people, talk to a doctor directly. So when you are in any such situation, talk to somebody. The next healing point is, come here and let us apply our technique of soul processing on you. The way people behave, don't blame them. Some have stored pain in them. Stored pain in them. And that is what is moving their life. They married and they are good people. And they married very well. But the other partner is not correct and has let them down. But that pain is still there. With the technique of soul processing, you can be move through the pain several times until its venom dissolves. And then you become free forever. So let us take advantage of our technique of soul processing. It takes you back into your ages and into your life. And all the pains you have gone through, they are still stuck in your subconscious mind. So that you run over them, reactivate them, relive them in present day time. And by so doing, you eliminate the pain and make good determinations out of them. And you become free forever. So that is another healing solution which you have to apply. We are also walking in life as if we are perfect. Agents of perfection. Beings who are perfect. We are not perfect. We are evolving every day to be perfect. So don't expect perfection from us. What you can't, even yardstick, which you cannot use for yourself, you use it to measure others. Now this person says it's so and so, and look at what he or she is doing. And then you become GBC, broadcast it all over the world. No. We are not yet perfect. We are seeking to be perfect. And we are in the world where everything is changing. So I say unto you, relax. You are too tense. And that tension is manifesting as headache for you. It also manifests as chest pain. Most of these heart attacks are all arising out of this. If you are envious for a long time, each time you see, and you see the irritating parties, the person you are envying, still allow me to use the dressing. And you say the person dresses too much. And that day you are angry, so your heart is beating. The next time the person comes, the person is wearing 3 hats in one. So your heart beats faster. The next time the person has changed, you meet the person, I'm gone traditional, I'm wearing goat skin. And your heart is still beating. You see, by so doing, you are hurting yourself. And then soon will rush you for heart attack. Relax. Relax completely. Because no one is perfect. No one is perfect. Now, do good to someone. Do good to somebody. You must do good to someone. You see, if you make effort to do good, it heals you. Because you yourself, you feel good when you do good. So do good. Now, if you can't do good at all, do nothing. You are better off doing nothing than hurting somebody. There are people who hate people and they don't care. Remember the law. That which you sow, you will reap. That which you sow, you will reap. In your social interactions, here you were at the University of Ghana, even Gary and sardine you cannot buy. And then some woman looked after you, brought you plenty of soup and kenke, and then you graduated. And you started work in a very good environment and a good company. Then you abandon her and you think you are free. Life will demand of you to account for everything you do on this earth surface. So you must always aim and seek to do good to somebody. And be free of heart. Be free of heart. Now, another healing thing I'll give to you is see only goodness in life. Yeah. Ethereal Mission define love as seeing the good in yourself and in all of life, or seeing the possible good in yourself and in all of life. There is always goodness to see in every situation. There is always goodness. Don't make yourself a marker on life. Always marking and seeing that which is not good. It's an evil eye. Because when you go to Philippians 4:8, it says, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report. What brings good report? If there be any virtue, if you see any virtue, and if there be any praise, something worthy of praise, think of these things. It doesn't say come into the temple and see that our heads are big. It doesn't say that. It's not of good report. It says that come into this temple and say that yes, the temple is air conditioned and this temple is super. That's what it says you must see. Things that are of good report. In every situation, find something good to focus on. Never focus on the evil. Every evil that you focus on poisons you and brings you to healing service. Then also, be content in life. We go to Philippians 4:11. It said, not that I speak in respect of wants, not that I want too much. For I have learned over the years, in whatever state I am, to be content. There are some levels you can never make. Let us be conscious of that. But we can always improve our lot and rise to a higher level. So let us become conscious of this. Some of us, no matter all the teachings and the theories and so on, we cannot be rich as Bill Gates. Am I telling the truth? Yes. But we can be rich and build 5 houses in our circumstance and time. Let us be content with that. Whether you are short or tall, be content. Whether you are beautiful or in your own estimation you are not beautiful, be content about that. I'm saying in your own estimation. God who created you knows you are beautiful. Then you say you are not beautiful because your eyes are big. God didn't give you eyes, but he gave you something else. I will say it. Look at your back. Yes. If he didn't design your front well, he designed your back well. That's why I said I will say it. God is happy with you. God is happy with you. No matter how you are, be content. Accept your current state and strive to rise higher. Yes, that is how it is. Wherever you are now, that is where you are. And Spirit knows why you are there. And Spirit is with you. Therefore, the ability, the energy, the presence, the grace of God is there to move you. And you move from favor into favor, grace into grace, and blessing pours upon you every day of your life. Be content with where you are. Be content. Be content. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. Be content. Be content. Now, the physical side, I won't talk much. Because we have the total health ministry where we teach people how to exercise. So I talk about recreation. Most of us don't sleep. Most of us don't go on holidays. We work till kingdom come. And so we need to do something. Now, for example, if you have a television set, let's say 2 people go to West Hill Malls and buy the curved TV. It's about 43,000. And then they come and put in their home. One of them leaves the TV on 24 hours every time. Even when he goes to work, he leaves his TV on. The other one switches off the TV and switches it on only when he needs it. This one will last for only maybe 3 months. But the other one can go for 10 years. Switch your body off sometimes. Rest. And then don't eat too much, but eat well. And then after that, come to us for exercise. When we do these things that I've talked about, then we are allowing God to heal us. Because even when you take drugs, how can paracetamol heal you? It cannot. But it triggers a healing mechanism within you. And together with the drug, you are renewed. So let us allow God to heal us. Allowing God to heal us is making our mind clear through soul processing. I've talked about it, and we shall call people at the right time to register and participate, so that we shall live at the higher levels of existence. In the higher levels of existence, there is bliss, what we call bliss. Then there is enthusiasm. The ladder, I'm descending from bliss, which is the highest point, enthusiasm. You feel enthusiastic about everything in life. Then you come to joy, happiness. That level is good. Then you are descending. If you don't avail yourself of guidance, then you descend into anger, jealousy, fear, and those things. And you come to sub-apathy. You come to apathy. And then finally, you die. You just die off. Sometimes even, unfortunately for you, believing, but you are dead. You are not interested in anything. We are to live in bliss. That's what God did. Say, beloved, I wish above all things that ye prosper and be in health, even as the soul indeed prospereth. So that is the level we are supposed to eat. Beloved, from today, watch your mental field. And clear yourself of all those things I've talked about. Because when you fall sick physically, we identify it easily and we can heal you. But with these mental illnesses, before we identify, you're almost gone. So, beloved, I wish you a blessed healing service today. Because my sermon has done 70% of the healing. I will top it with the 30% and you'll be free forever. Love your neighbor as yourself. Live in goodness in life. Accept life as a blessing. Enjoy it for the rest of your life. God bless you.